These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with BGG article, quote, Parliamentary Finance explains the impact of approving the budget on the exchange rate during the coming period, unquote. BGG says, while I highly doubt there is any direct change of the rate contained in the budget, the currency pressures created by the new methods in this budget may well force the currency higher over time. So the actual news for the future of Iraq is pretty decent. Hang in there. Frank 26 Fireflies, Iran says Iraq will be the largest and an oasis of investment in the Middle East region. They're speaking highly of Iraq in a new report on Baghdad, One News. Frank says, I told you they would come running and begging to be a part of Iraq. They can't steal anymore. Isn't that ironic? The country that stole everything from you for decades is now kissing your ASS. All right, Claire, article, quote, Vietnam considered a rising star to become emerging market, unquote. Another quote, a recent article posted on portfolioadvisor.com, a news website based in the UK, has pointed out the frequent hope that Vietnam will be upgraded from its frontier market status to the emerging market status, unquote. Right, Pimpy says, people go, Pimpy, what is the holdup? I thought Iraq, once it got out of Chapter 7, we would start seeing increase in the Iraqi dinar exchange rate. Nothing's changing. When people go up, well, they've been punished for 20 years. Iraq has had enough. The United States should let them go. What people don't understand is it's not the United States that's punishing Iraq. It's the corruption within a government that holds them back. OFAC, this is the biggest portion of the sanctions. The punishment for Iraq is nobody and no companies within the United States is allowed to export into Iraq without a license. They need permission. This is a big holdup. As soon as Iraq can get out of the grip of the United States, I think they'll flourish a lot better than they are now. All right, walking stick via Frank 26, a program rate is a restriction. It's a restricted exchange rate. It's a sanctioned, punished exchange rate, and that is why the international world has stayed away from investing in the country of Iraq. For Iraq to be a WTO member, it is a sign that the currency of Iraq is soon to take the international stage. All right, Frank 26, Firefly TV news showing Iraqi experts saying expecting the dollar to fall very soon. Big special about this. Frank says, remember, they're trying to tell you and educate you about the monetary reform. If the exchange rate of the dollar drops in your market, then that means automatically the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar goes up. Do you understand what they are trying to tell you? Firefly says, yes, very clear. It's becoming clearer and clearer when they talk to us. We understand. Militiaman says the official exchange rate with the CBI doesn't work with the budget. You guys can figure it out and tell me how it does. I'd like to hear it. In the meantime, I believe things are going to be changing. Paulette says anybody that thinks the IQD is worthless toilet paper money can feel free to just send what they have to me. After all, it's worthless, right? I'd be happy to take that worthless toilet paper off your hands. Pimpy has an article, quote, Iraq officially sets the date for provincial council elections on December 18th, unquote. This December, we will have an election. This isn't your normal election. This has to do with people being voted into high office to run different ministerials. All right, Frank 26, to be a member of the WTO, the currency of that country cannot have any restrictions whatsoever. What is a program rate? Is a program rate an international rate? A program rate is a sanctioned rate. Program rate is a restriction. Restriction are not part of an international rate. Something is happening. All right, and Mountain Goat says we got news of an imminent accession of Iraq to the WTO this week. Wow. And other economic plans. This is not business as usual as over these last couple decades. We are really here. Folks, we are headed for the long-awaited reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar to Forex, not as a placeholder, but open for business and global trading. Just be patient. It is coming. Right, BGG says the position I have come to understand over the last year or so, the biggest impacts on the value of the Iraqi dinar would likely be, number one, them using their own currency exclusively. They are nearing this point now. And number two, them entering some BRICS type alliance as opposed to being so attached to the US.